What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, still coming at you from the Hacienda in Centennial, Colorado. Out here trying to chill like EPMD because these last 5 weeks have been strictly business. But I got to give a couple shout outs. I got to give a shout out to my son. You know, my son, every time I come home, he tries to hit me up with something a little new to drink every time I come back. This happens to be a single malt whiskey by Stranahan's, which is a local whiskey distillery. Probably a little bit more than I would have spent on it, but he knows that when I'm out there on the road I don't have a chance to partake, so he's always taking care of me. I might want to tell him, you know, you don't need to spend this kind of money on it. Kind of slow your roll on that a little bit, but I do appreciate it. Also got to give a shout out to one of my boys I was in the Marine Corps with. He's in the comments section as Smug Monkey. I know him as Tony Williams. We were in the Marines together in the late 80s, early 90s, and he noticed that my knuckles were a little bit rusty in a lot of my videos, so he sent me some Vaseline Intensive Care lotion, more as a joke than anything else, but normally don't like to use it because that steering wheel gets a little slippery. But I did get a chance to use it when I cut my hair and took a shower today, so my knuckles aren't looking quite as bad as they normally look. But shout out to both of you guys. But what I wanted to talk about today in this video, you know, I was watching one of my other boys, Terry over at Tim Travels, did a video, and he was kind of giving a review on one of our new terminals in Manuka, Illinois. Thought he might have been a little harsh on it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say one of the things that I wish Prime would have that it doesn't have. You know, you have these three big, well, let's say two big ones, then you got one like medium-sized one. You got the biggest one in Springfield, Missouri. You know, all the amenities you'd ever want out there. You got a medium-sized one like that in Salt Lake City. All the amenities you need out there. And then Pittston, Pennsylvania, to a lesser degree, but you still got some good amenities out there. Now, what I'm going to say about them three terminals is that those are for the in-house staff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're nice to use when you're there and all that kind of stuff, but as a driver, you really can't partake in a lot of the stuff that they have on an ongoing basis like the in-house staff would have. Personally, what I would rather have is a bunch of, they don't even have to be like the Manuka, you know, terminal or Indiana terminal. They could be like a bunch of little ones like, and I tell you what made me think about this is that this Denver yard's getting shut down. I guess Prime didn't own that, and the person that owns it is going to sell it, and I guess they're selling it for more money than Prime wanted to throw in, or I don't know what the situation is. All I know is they're taking that shit away from me. Now, I don't need all these big terminals, you know what I'm saying? I don't need, you know, post offices and, you know, I mean, it's nice to have the, you know, food selections and, you know, gyms and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, that's more for the in-house staff. What I would really want is just a bunch of little, like, if you've ever been to the Denver terminal, or let's call it a drop yard, a bunch of those around the country, you know what I'm saying? To me, that'd be more beneficial than having three full amenity terminals. And part of the problems with the terminals is if you are just going to be stopping there for a 10-hour break, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go to one of these, you know, Salt Lake City, Denver, Pittston, or not Denver, but Salt Lake City, Missouri, and Pittston, if you're going to go to any of those terminals for a 10-hour break, think about it. You're going to waste an hour and a half between going in and out of the terminal. So what's your break really going to be? So, and they might, you know, end up having to fix the trailer and do all other kind of stuff. So to me, I could do without those. Give me a bunch of little terminals or drop yards, you know, like either terminals like Manuka, Indiana, you know, another thing, they don't even tell you where all the damn terminals are. I guess that they just shut down one in Atlanta, but it's still showing up on the app. But they opened up one in McDonough that's not even showing up. So I guess back to my point, what I would really prefer to have is just a bunch of drop yards, a place where you can just pull in and park for the night. No amenities, no nothing. If they got a shower, got a restroom, maybe a vending machine, that's great, but I don't need all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at all these other companies, and I'm saying off-brand companies. I'm not talking about Swift, who you'd expect to have it, or, you know, some of these bigger companies. I'm talking about off-brand companies that, if you look at their financials, they probably don't even deserve to have this shit. They got all these terminals scattered out all over the place. So that would be something that I would be looking forward to having, even more so than these terminals. You know, they still haven't made up their mind what they're going to do in Denver, and I could tell you that for me and a lot of people, that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I know it's just, you know, what do they call that? Shit, I forgot what they called it. Not rich people problems, but you get the point. I mean, I'd like to have it. If I don't, I can deal without it, but it has been nice having that around, so hopefully they can come up with that solution here pretty soon. Looking at this bottle of whiskey that my son bought me, I was damn near about to buy some alcohol when I was out on the road. You know what I'm saying? Some alcoholic beverages and stuff like that. You know, I drove by this Anheuser-Busch and I looked at all these trucks and trailers out there, and I was like, how is this place with such substandard beer out here selling so much stuff? So I got on my app and I started looking, and I was like, oh, well, you know what? Not my app, but I got on the internet. Oh, you know what? They sell all these other different brands and stuff like that. The stock is down quite a bit. I was about to jump on some of that Anheuser-Busch stock. You know what I'm saying? When I was out on the road, I might do that while I'm here, just as a little bit of a flyer. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to buy long-term stocks and stuff like that. But one of the things I look at is I'm like, man, if somebody has this much business and they're selling what I consider to be a substandard product, it can only go up if we're in a recession, because people are going to kind of work their way down on it. You know what I'm saying? So I've been thinking about buying some of that. Still may do it. One of the stocks I did buy when I was out here last week was Qualcomm. Now, I know Qualcomm is more than these little shitty systems that we use out here on the road, but I figure if they could have that much loyalty and somebody that could obviously make a change to another system, I got to buy some of that. So I bought some Qualcomm. We'll see how that goes. For those of you guys that have been rocking me for a while, you know I bought some TA stock a while back. That was getting hammered for a bit, but that's on the road to making some good profitability and stuff like that. So if you happen to be out on the road and you happen to stop at a TA, please pay for that truck parking, stuff like that. Help me get a little money in my pocket through that investment as well. But just sitting out here chilling in Colorado, you know, the first couple days when I get home is just to kind of recuperate from that time out. You know, yesterday was my anniversary, and I have to say that I may not have been like the best time to have an anniversary the day after I get it back off the road, but if my wife wants to tonight, probably gonna go hit up some of that sushi. You know what I'm saying? There's two things I got to do when I come back to Denver. Gotta hit up our favorite Mexican place. It's not the best Mexican food, but it's the best service. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was just out in Georgia and had somebody treat me like a second-class citizen, and like, you know, I try to take care of people. You know what I'm saying? Take care of people that I know may be taking a bit of a hit because of the economy, and bad service out there. I might have tipped 15% out there, just the minimum to get me by with what happened out there, because that was just horrible. But these are people I really take care of, so we go out there and hit them up, and then got to hit some sushi up while I'm out here, and then I'll probably be good until it's time for me to leave. Just kind of lay low, do a couple things around the house, eat, you know, stuff like that. But that is about it. I guess the Denver Yard's getting closed on the 24th. I thought it was going to be the 1st, but this is good. You know, I have my truck sitting down there. Brought a few things home. About to restock it back up, and then I'm going to take it out to Peterbilt to throw it in the shop. I'll probably do that they're closing the yard on the 24th. I plan on being out at least 3 weeks. So I'll probably take it down there on like the 17th, 18th, something like that. Have it down there for a week. When they tell me it's done, go back out there, pick it up, and get ready to hit the road again. That's about it. Just wanted to stop by for a quick update. I might do a little bit of a live here pretty soon. You know, I've had a question where people are asking about the work-life, family balance, and stuff like that. And, you know, I mean, I could sum that up with one word and just say none. And then I might have somebody say, well, you can't go local. You know, local wouldn't satisfy that for me either. You know what I'm saying? That's a totally different video. But at least for me personally, it works well for some people. For me, it wouldn't. But might do that. And, you know, I might have, you know, see if I can get my son on there and see kind of what his fascination with possibly becoming a truck driver, or see where that comes from. So that might be, you know, tomorrow, the next day. I know most of y'all are solar power trucking, so I might do that in the evening, something like that. Make sure there's more people that can watch it, since I know most people are going to be driving when that sun's up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, enough about that. I just wanted to stop in real quick and say what's up. I appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Trucking Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.